Hello everyone, today I have done it again. I have made the Stronk Bow but cheaper, a lot cheaper, with the help of a comment I got. He recommended to me that I don't do an impulse that gives all the velocities to the arrow at once, but give it its small bursts. So that's what I've done. Let me show you. I have here a bow, 2 stacks of media files, 2 stacks. I have 2 media files containing 640 media each, and an artifact which has a spell with no media. So you can see how much it takes from here. This contains the arrow type, and let me just... That is how much it took, like 20 amethyst, and it killed the iron golem instantly. Now let's go to the end and see how quickly I can kill the ender dragon. 1 hit. Oh, it was at full health and I just one-shot the dragon. That is pretty strong. So how did I do it? So this is the spell. I know you can't see here, but that's how I have done the spell. So it starts off like a normal spell. First of all, I get the entity that I want to target, because even if I miss, it should hit. So if I click on an entity, I store it in my rave mind. Then I start the spell that I'm going to do for every single arrow. So it starts off with an empty list. Now, because it's for every single arrow, you can think that it starts really with the arrow itself. So it has the entity before, then it has empty list, then it's the payload, which I'm going to explain, and over here, and then it copies it and duplicates it a lot. So it's basically a lot of spell stuff. Now, the problem I had while doing this, which, not gonna lie, it was very hard. It counts how many things are in the stack currently. Then I subtract 1, and then this spell copies the thing that is in that index at the stack. So this means the very bottom item, and duplicates it. So now I have an arrow, then I duplicate it again to have 2 arrows, and I turn it into its position. Then I get the entity I want to hit, get its position, switch them around, and subtract. So now I have a vector towards that entity. Now that vector is massive. It's just like taking your impulse vector and multiplying by 100, and that's not what I want. So I take the number 15, I took 15, and that is divide. I start from the bottom, like this. So this spell and this spell are in the stack manipulation category in the hex notebook. Yes, I know, because I learned them today. Then I do an impulse and I activate once in a list. Now, what is in the list? There is no list. It's because I duplicate it a lot. So think this is a 220 that I copied. So this will be done 120 times, and then it will try to activate an empty list. There's an empty list, so it doesn't give me an error, because that's annoying. So now that all of this is done, understood, I download the entity type, my position, the radius. This spell, you should know from another video I made. It selects all the entities with the same entity type around this position, my position that I gave, in a radius of 25, because I gave the number 25. Now I have a list of entities, a list of patterns. So what do? Toss gambit. So it does it for every arrow. And that's how I did it, and that's it.